Crazy. That's absolutely insane. Testing. Why ain't it working? It's saying that we're live, but we're not. Oh boy. Houston. Oh, man, ain't that that is some craziness right there. Damn it, I thought I was going to have to refresh all of this. Folks, you missed an outstanding intro that I just did. I didn't even know we weren't live. You know how I get to talking, and then 5 minutes later, I realized that the thing kicked off. It didn't work. I thought maybe it was a conspiracy against us. Now I got to start all over. I don't know if I can hit this intro just like I just did when I thought that we were live. Son of a gun. Okay, so let's try it again. Folks, welcome. Shout out to you guys for taking the time to rock with the Bobo. Today's Tuesday. But you know, it kind of feels like it's a Thursday. That was a joke that I did in the original intro, and it probably hit a lot harder. I don't know why, but whatever. Hey, folks, we had a lot of people rock with the Bobo yesterday. We made the front page, the trending page on Twitch yesterday. I'm hoping for similar results today, but I'm not expecting it. It's almost like being in prison. You know what they say, hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. And one thing that I've learned as of late is you can't expect nothing, especially with all the shit that we've been dealing with, recently. I do want to thank everybody who has taken the time to rock with this thing. Whether you're seeing it live or you're seeing it later, thank you regardless. Yesterday's Bobo was super litty. Today's is probably going to be better. It is what it is. Folks, the Bobo is so ahead of where we are video-wise, so if you're seeing the Bobo, you're definitely getting the behind the scenes, and you're hearing it first before you'll see it on a YouTube video. One thing that I do want to say before we get into this, I've titled this Bobo, I Now Know What Happened, or We Now Know What Happened, talking about Brian. That is the topic of the week. Brian Ruff is his name. We now know what happened. I could have been a little more thirsty with the title of this. You know, when you get 500 and something odd viewers of your Twitch stream, and you want to make sure that you do your very best to try to imitate, try to copy that for the very next day. Because, folks, one thing that I'm getting ready to tell you about in this Bobo today, had I titled this Bobo exactly that, it would have been quite a more crazy title, and probably would have drove a little bit more engagement. But regardless, you're here, so you'll hear about it. As we begin this, folks, there are some other things that I need to talk to you about. This won't be completely about Brian, just 99% of it, maybe 98%. Folks, yesterday, Cody and I would end up doing a mail time video. Now, you might wonder, Joe, you said a mail time video. Usually you do those with Dave and Shannon and Rabbit and Jellico. None of them folks got anything. Well, I'm lying. They all got like 1 or 2 items. Jellico got like 3. Dave got like 1. If he even got, I think he got 1. Rabbit got 1. Even Pee-wee got an item. Cody got an item. Jersey, Cody finally got the item that you sent to him. That is on video, and that shit is super dope. We will have this mail time video coming. And folks, it was like Christmas time for me. It was a really awesome video. You guys are going to be amazed when you see like all this cool shit that was sent to me. And I'm going to show you a couple of those things real quick. And like this first thing that I want to show you guys, I'm going to give some acknowledgement to this brand and this company. They deserve it. For God's sakes, I'm wearing their shirt. This company is called, let me make sure I can see this and that you guys can as well. It's called this right here. It's called Suavecito Pomade. Super dope shirt. If you guys could see the back of it, it's really dope. Suavecito.com. Spell it like SUAVECITO.com. This company actually sent me like this entire box of cool things. Like a couple of shirts, But what they are is they're a pomade company, like a hair gel. Is that hair gel? So they sent me like all of this really awesome, good smelling hair gel. What I didn't know at the time was Suavecito actually sells their products in prisons, I think in the West Coast, or maybe everywhere besides the East Coast, because I've never seen their stuff in prison out here. But yo, some very good stuff. They sent me a ton of hair gel. I'm actually rocking that right now. If my forehead is glowing and my hair is looking super sharp minus a haircut, which I need, folks, it's all thanks to Suavecito. They didn't even send me a check. Folks, they didn't even send me a check. I'm giving them this for free. They're a big company. They sent me a lot of really cool stuff, and their pomade, it's nice. It smells amazing. So shout out to that. I also received some socks. And you might think to yourself, Joe, some socks? Folks, you know you've made it on Twitch when people send you socks with your face plastered all over them. Folks, that's me. Motherfucker, I'm famous. When people are sending you socks with 1,000 little freaking pictures of yourself all over them, folks, I'm famous. Cardi B, eat your fucking heart out. Please stop calling me right now. I'm doing the Bobo. So anyways, just to give you an idea of some of the cool stuff that we got, that's like 2 things right there. Folks, a lot of other things to share with you guys. We now know what happened. I'm going to be telling you about that in a minute. But one other thing, actually a couple of other things. Before we get into the real crazy, y'all remember when we did, now some of you who are just newer to the Bobo, I want to tell you something. Not all the time, most of the time, the Bobo's like this. I also got that cool sign right there. Somebody sent me that Bobo sign. Hey, if you got something cool, you want to make something for the background of the Bobo, that shit would be dope. Send it to the P.O. Box. The link to that or the address to that is at the bottom of the videos in the descriptions. But not always do we do the Bobo like this. Sometimes we'll be like out in the field like Ice Poseidon type of shit. And our shits are way more live. As a matter of fact, there's a pinned Bobo if you go to our channel, and it's us breaking into the house. Nightbot, thank you very much for, boy, if I say it, Nightbot will put it there. Shout out to that. Jersey, that gift you sent was super dope. Murphy, what's going on with you? Corey Biggs, what's going on? Sexy Kimma, what's going on? Nibby Pantera, what's going on, everybody? So, I mentioned that because one of the Bobos that we did that a lot of you may not have seen was when we got the house inspected by the foundation company. Now, we live streamed that. We were doing a Bobo from the inspection. I don't know if that Bobo still exists or not. It might still be up there. But regardless, that company came and they wanted to charge me $8,000 to do the foundation work. Brian only charged me $600. I don't know. Boy, we might need to get an inspector out there ASAP. Well, anyways, I signed a contract and I ended up calling them, and I thought I was under the impression that they told me, as long as I cancel 3 days before they are to begin the work, then the contract can be voided. That was incorrect, folks. It was 3 days after I signed the contract. My soul was theirs. They owned me. They owned me like I was holding on to a pocket up in a prison somewhere. Well, anyways, now that I've backed out of the contract, they want $500 for canceling the contract, which is fair. I signed it. I said, fuck them. I'm never going to pay them. Get it from the Ruff, sort of like Brian Ruff, construction fraud guy. And I got to pay them. And I'm going to pay them, but I'm going to pay them on my own time and my own terms, meaning when I have the money, because I really don't have the money right now to be paying them. And when I used to do the cleaning business, when you sign a contract and you send an invoice, that company or that company's got 30 days to pay you. So, long story short, as soon as I canceled that evening, I received the first invoice. $500 you owe us. Okay, whatever. I can put this off for a little while. Oh shit, that's Jellicoe. Jellicoe's on his way to go pick his homeboy up from prison. And he's going to film that. This guy's name is Tom Cruise, no relation. Cool deal. I don't know why he's hitting me up on this number. It's kind of crazy. All right, long story short about this whole me owing this company $500. They sent me the first invoice. I ducked it, sort of like Brian's ducking us. Sent me the second invoice. I ducked it some more. And then last night, I'm dealing with a lot of shit right now. This is the last thing that I need. They send me an invoice. This ain't even an invoice. It's an email. They say, Mr. Guerrero, we know you have received the previous 2 invoices we've sent to you, and we've allowed you ample time to pay us. It ain't even been 30 days. We've allowed you ample time. You're the number 2 foundation company. Y'all can wait. Y'all can wait. Folks, they was getting kind of boisterous. They was getting kind of loud with me in that email. Boy, I was about to get super keyboard gangster on that. Hey, yo, who you talking about you've allowed ample time to? I'll tell you when it's been ample time enough. I got to pay those people, folks. They could put a mechanic's lien on the house. Could you imagine that? See, if you have a contractor do work on a house and you don't pay them, they could put a mechanic's lien on it, and that means they get their money off tops whenever you go to sell it. Sean, shout out to you. I'm reading your private message right here. And thank you for the information. I actually know that company that you're talking about. Speaking of Sean in this message that he just sent to me, thank you very much for it again. I want to take a moment and I want to thank everybody. All of you who are taking the time to rock with the Bobo, and so many others who have emailed me, messaged me. I mean, it's probably been at least 20 people who have reached out and said, yo, Joe, I will travel to Virginia to help you with this house. Johnny Appleseed has hit me up. He wants to come and help with the electrical. I mean, everybody. And, yo, I'm very honored for that. And I'll be honest with you, beggars can't be choosy, and I gotta kind of like swallow my pride. So when somebody's like, yo, I'll come help you, I'm hitting them back, or I'm trying to hit them back and be like, when can you be here? Because I really need some help. So shout out to that. Let me go look at this comment real quick. Shout out to everybody up in here. Jen Gar says, how's Rainey doing? Rainey's doing good. That's my wife. We find out if she's pregnant on Thursday. And it's a very nerve-wracking time. So there's that. Okay, folks, we're going to go ahead and start getting into the stuff. We got a lot of people up in here. We now know what happened with Brian. It's deeper than rap. It's very crazy.
Joe, pay $20 a month and write good faith payment. They can't put the lien on it then.
Nibby, thank you very much. I absolutely will do that then. Links, I did get your email. And I want to thank Links. I think it was Links who sent this. Folks, y'all found Brian. Like, y'all found this dude. And I'm so glad that you did, because I'm putting him out there. I'm putting him out there for y'all to find him. But it's crazy. Links found his Let Go profile. I didn't even know he had one of these. And Let Go is just like OfferUp, where you can sell things. How are you a Class A contractor type of a dude, and the only thing that you're really selling on Let Go are fucking tools? He was selling a rigid Sawzall and drill set. He was selling a brand new air compressor in the box. You know, if anybody's selling a brand new anything in the box on OfferUp, Let Go, Facebook Marketplace, that shit is stolen. That shit is super stolen. Not only did Links send me that, very special, I hope I didn't put you out there for that. Folks, I was doing something yesterday. I was putting charges on Brian. That's what I was going to title this Bobo. I pressed charges on Brian. Tekashi69, Joe Kashi, call it what you want. There's a video coming about it. You're going to see a sneak peek at that video in today's video. And folks, while I was in the fucking police station yesterday, I would receive an email from somebody else who was like, yo, Joe, maybe, you know what, Links? I'm wrong. I think you were the one that sent me this email, who said, yo, I found Brian's phone number. It was his phone number. I called him. He answered his phone. I told him I was from some apartment complex looking for some work, and he was very standoffish and suspicious, and also breathing very heavily on the phone. Yes. Yes, it's, yes. You got some more crack? So anyways, I was going to title the Bobo, I am ready to testify. Little testimony for the prosecution, Joe Kashi. Can I get house arrest for this? Don't give it to him, though. Yeah, I went and put charges on Brian. Wait till y'all hear that fucking story. Boy, Brian, you are a super fugitive from the law.
Smoke it, bitch. Boots Joe.
Now, before we go any further, I do need to let you guys know that there will be some new merch available, but I don't know what it should be. Now, I've got a couple of ideas. I created all of this. Let me go ahead and pull up the chat. And I want to know what you guys think is the best. So, folks, peep game. If you don't think, oh shit, where did it go? Oh, I got to download it first. That's what it is. If you don't think I won't be rocking this shit in an upcoming video, as soon as I can get my hands on this, as soon as I can get my hands up on this, we getting this. We getting it. All right, folks, I'm getting ready to show y'all some new merch, and I need y'all to let me know which one y'all think we should rock with, okay? All right, let's go ahead and roll the first shot. Now, mind you, these are only preliminary designs, okay? So they could change a little bit. I'm trying to give you a gist of what the merch should look like. So here's design number one, folks, and you let me know what you think. Okay, we've got Brian's mugshot right here. This is a previous mugshot from when he was on the run or arrested for construction fraud and obtaining money under false pretenses. And he is currently wanted. He's a fugitive right now. And I figured the easiest way to do this is just wanted for being a bitch. I mean, because that's what you are. You ran off with my money. You ran off with merchandise. I mean, like equipment and shit like that. So that's design number one. Design number two is this one right here, folks. Pretty much the same image is going to be in all 5 of these designs. This is Brian's mugshot right here. His name is Brian Ruff. That's how you spell it. Fugitive at large. I'm not telling no lie here. Brian Ruff. Wanted for questioning in connection to a missing door and fuse box. Oh, God damn. Folks, when I come on the air in a very soon video with a fucking t-shirt like this, you're going to learn real quick. You don't mess with APS. Joe, you be putting people on blast. No wonder nobody wants to come work for you. What if I've got my former employee? I mean, he's not really my employee. He was a sub. My former sub, on a t-shirt with a fucking wanted picture on it and making a big joke about the fact that you are potentially a fucking crackhead. Roll image number 3. Wanted, Brian Ruff. Possibly trading HVAC system for crack rocks. Oh, God. I might wear this. I might wear this to court when I'm pointing you out. You know what I mean? Like, oh, my God. Cody's in there filming this. Yes, Your Honor. That's him, right? Matter of fact, this is him, and that's him as well. They're both the same guy. You're right. Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor, we actually did make a t-shirt about this guy. And I'll be selling this merch too. You see, Brian stole $2,000 from me. I got to try to get that back. Let's see image number 3 real quick. Oh, this one's great. See, we changed it up a little bit. It's too many wanted pictures. But I like this one. Hey, Brian, where the fuck is my HVAC system? Oh, God, this is golden. This is golden. So, there's that one right there as well. Pretty much straight to the point. Hey, Brian, where is it at? And everybody say hello to Brian. We know he's in here watching this. I do pity the fool. And finally, the 5th one is this right here. Now, you guys pick number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll go back to them. Easy day. 2 words. Call it for what it is. It's what he did to many others and what he also did to not just me, but to all of us. There were women who were I can't even put it out there. Like, women were liking Brian. Brian, construction fraud. It's what's on your record. It's what I talked to the police about yesterday. And it's also what's for breakfast. So
Hit
here are the
one
images.
to the judge, jury, and executioner. Face with tears of joy, face with tears of joy.
Image number 1, wanted for being a bitch. Image number 2, wanted in connection to a missing door and fuse box. Number 3, possibly trading HVAC system for crack cocaine rocks. Number 4, hey Brian, where the fuck is my HVAC system? You know, can you imagine? Because people think that I'm the dumbest person in the world, and sometimes I feel like I am. But can you imagine if I was still patiently waiting? Well, you know, it's only been a week to the day that we've seen Brian. I'm sure there's a very valid excuse for all of this. And folks, my God, wait until you find out what I've got to tell you. Or number 5 is construction fraud. Shout out to everybody. Smoking Synth says 2. Pantera says 4. Devin says number 2. Ganyu says 4. Big says 2 through 5. Miok says 1, 3, and 4. Shout out to you guys. Franchise 3 and 4. Pumpkin Queen 2 all day long. Tammy says all of them. I like them all as well. So, you know, I put that together in the midst of getting this video ready for today. And folks, today's video is called Brian sent us a message. We now know what happened. And the Franken beans about the situation is prior to anything that I did with the police department yesterday, Brian was already a fugitive at large. And we now know what happened. So Brian, let me tell you, let me here's the VH1 behind the music, folks. Get yourself a nice cup of coffee. Prepare yourself for a little story time. And brace yourself for what we have learned. Now, yesterday, I told you that we've got connections. I mean, I've got a lot of connections. My God. City legislators, lawyers, police, and informants. Fuck, I know Takashi. He's actually my spirit animal. Rick says, I fear for your safety. For what? For what? If anything happens to me, I'm quite sure it doesn't take 2 + 2 to equal fucking Brian. So, actually, can you imagine the views? Cody having to sit in front of the chair, black background. What happened to Joe? Oh, I might just go on vacation and make that happen for real. Thank you, though. I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding about that last part. So anyways, folks, in yesterday's Bubba, I told you guys, hey, look, you know, a little birdie told us that Brian has a warrant for obtaining money under false pretenses or writing a bad check for something under than $200, right? Something for under the $200. And I heard that, but I didn't see it physically. Well, now I have seen it physically. I wish Cody was here. Matter of fact, I can just do it like this. Bear with me. I got to email these links to myself. Okay, there's the first one. Let's go ahead and send that. And let's do it one more time. Let's go ahead and send that. All right, folks, I've actually got what happened. And there's a story about this. There truly is. Are you ready to see what it is for real, for real? So let's go back to the beginning a little bit. It was last Tuesday when we did the video of showcasing the bathroom. Oh, Brian, you did such an amazing job. He did. You know, good worker. God damn, he just can't get his shit together. So there was that. That was the last time that we would see Brian. There would be a couple of other times we would hear from Brian with some bullshit made up excuses. And I knew that it was all bullshit. All right, well, this sucks that we can't look at this the right way. I don't even know how to change this. So I'm going to show it to you, and you're just going to have to, like, turn your head sideways to read this. This is fucking crazy. So, folks, we now have the confirmation, and here is what it is. Let me pull up the first one. All right, I'm looking at the first one. I'm going to show you all the first one. And bear with me, you're not going to be able to see this very well because it's fucking sideways. I'm sorry, I can't fix that. Here's the confirmation, folks. It was on last Tuesday we last saw Brian. Wednesday would be probably the last day we would hear from him. Maybe it was Thursday. Folks, here's his charge right here. It's embezzlement of less than $200. Now, folks, he caught this charge on 5/6/2019, almost 6 months ago, maybe more than 6 months ago. He caught this charge. And he has been going to court for this charge since then, getting it continued, and it was all the way up until January the 15th, which was last Wednesday, that Brian had to go to court for this. He had to face the music. Oh yeah, shit, sorry. So here we go. There it is right there. So anyways, what you're seeing right here, here's all, like, oh, boom, there it is. So there's Brian. There's his attorney. There's his name right there, Brian Stephen Ruff. He caught this charge back on 5/6/2019. The charge was embezzlement of less than $200. There it is right there. And from April, Brian, are you amazed, like, my reach? Are you amazed, like, how easily we've found everything? Let's pull up the chat again. So anyways, there we go. He was fighting this case all the way from April of 2019. Continued. What was you getting this continued for? Was you out there working? Was you on a working bond? We've talked about that before in After Prison Show. How ironic is it that potentially this could be what you was doing? Maybe you was trying to gain information about me. Yo, I can get you the man, the plug, the Don Juan of the prison YouTube, the best that ever did. I mean, I don't want to be too egotistical. The greatest. You know what I'm saying? But folks, all of this would come to a mushroom head on January the 15th of 2020. Folks, that was last Wednesday. Now, mind you, on Monday of last week, I sent him $1,000. On Tuesday of last week, I sent him an extra $800 for the HVAC, plus, some extra money for some receipts, plus all the shit that he stole out the house and returned. See, Brian was trying to get him a nice little bag so that he could go on the run. So Joe, testing 1, 2. Brian here. Folks, he had court on 1/15 last Wednesday. On last Wednesday, Brian was telling me that his dad was in the hospital. On Tuesday, he was telling me that his son was on disability. No. Don't ever doubt the ability of the APS Army. The lawyers, the doctors, the brain surgeons who rock with me for whatever reason. I will find you. So when Brian texted me, the final text that he would, which you guys will be seeing in this video today, Brian sent us a message telling me he was gone. Was that the only truth that he told? Could it have been? So Brian's already going away because his defendant status is fugitive. Boy, what if we just went out there and did like some pro bono bounty hunting? You went on film in front of an audience that could potentially on a day that I have never seen. We have the ability to reach 1.3 million people. Now, do we do that? Fuck no. But you went in front of the world damn near. I don't know how many people are in the world, but 1.3 million pretty much sounds like the entire population of the planet Earth. And I'm saying, this was your end game. You knew you wasn't going to go to court. You didn't go. You said, fuck that. I ain't going to court. Catch me if you can, like the gingerbread man. The shit was a misdemeanor. Or wait, is this the failure to appear? Yeah. So this is your failure to appear because you didn't go to court on 1/15. KP is issued. Court was at 9:30 a.m. What was you doing at 9:30 a.m. on January the 15th, last Wednesday, when you were supposed to be in court, getting your boots smoked? Your ass was probably back at Lowe's, returning that door and that fuse box, and God only knows what else. You see, one thing that we didn't pick up from the messages that Brian sent me was, he said, Joe, I also have like $350 other worth of shit that you can return. Folks, I don't see that at the house. So not only did Brian take the door, take the fuse box, he also probably took that $350 worth of shit to go return. Kirker says, why didn't you check this before you hired him? I knew he had construction fraud on his record. He told me that. He told me he did. He told me a sob story. He said, you're never going to believe what, I served time for. It's crazy. It's a crazy story. He said, but I've got 2 counts of construction fraud. I said, whoa. Wait a minute. Put that hammer down, stick man. Put that motherfucking hammer. Put the fucking hammer down. You got what? Construction fraud? I ain't never met nobody in real life, let alone at my flipper property, who got construction fraud. He said, wait, I can explain. He hit the fucking foghorn leghorn shit on me. I try to tell you now. I can explain. I said, I bet you can, Brian. I bet you can. You was getting higher than motherfucking astronauts. You was getting higher than the Falcon Heavy rocket. Brian said that he could explain. And I said, you was getting high, though. And when I said that, Brian said, I was not getting high. A little too abrasive and a little too offensive. When he reacted this way, I believed him. I said, oh, shit, okay. I ain't never seen nobody get that offended over being accused of smoking crack rocks. I mean, shit, I've done it before. I was addicted. So there was that, right? Now when I look back on it in hindsight, it all makes sense. And me and Jellicoe talked about it. He was a closet crackhead. Some people are trapped in the closet, R. Kelly song. Trapped in the closet. They don't want nobody to know what their real demons are, what their real skeletons are. Smoking motherfucking crack rocks through a chicken bone like you locked up in the jail. I've seen it happen. He was a very good liar and manipulator. I've never seen a con man like that. You can't bullshit a bullshitter until you are Brian Ruff. This man was good. He was talented at this. So I did check, but he told me this bullshit story, and the story was, hey, look, man, hit the violin track one time. I wish we could pull that up immediately. Brian would tell me, he said, hey, look, man. I'm trying to find it like real quick. Where you at? Where are you at? It'll take too long to pull it up. Where are you at? It'll take too long. I can't find it. Son of a bitch. Downloads. Maybe it's there. One more try. God, I'm so fucking good. So Brian would hit me with the sad song and dance, playing the smallest violin in the world, eardrums. Brian would say, hey man, no. I wasn't smoking the crack, okay? I wasn't smoking the crack. That's not what happened, okay? That's not what happened. That's not how I caught 2 counts of construction fraud, I'm trying to tell you. You see what it was? Oh, God. Oh, my God. I'm so ashamed about this.
I am not going ANYWHEREBRIAN.
Oh, God. Way to ruin the mood. But shout out to you, though. Not you. I'm talking about talk to text. Brian would say, Joe, what it was I was going through a divorce, you see. Why were you going through a divorce? Did your wife Did she find you up in the closet with the chicken bone smoking the crack of rocks? I was going through a divorce, you see. And I was knee deep in a job. And I had to tell the homeowner that I couldn't complete the job. I wasn't right here, you see. I wasn't right. And I said, you're just going to have to take me to civil court because I can't finish the work. I can't finish the work. And when the woman went to civil court, she met another woman who said, what are you doing here? And she told her what she was doing there. And she said, what are you doing here for real? That's a criminal offense. It's a criminal offense. Hence the fact that I got at least one count of construction fraud. The second reason, the second story was, just as compelling. So there was that. And I was believing him. I mean, I was like, oh my God, Brian, Jesus fucking Christ, man. Do you need to live here? You've had all of your stuff in the back of the box truck. We should have seen the signs. But we didn't. So yeah, he told me he had construction fraud. And I believed him for why he said he had it. So, Corey Big, shout out to you on that job interview today. Been clean for 6 years. A very special shout out to you, brother. Very special shout out. Don't be like Brian. Potentially the new merch coming for After Prison Show. It's on its way. It is on its way. All right, so we now know that he has warrants for his arrest. A capias has been issued for failure to appear. You were probably facing maybe a year for that charge, but you said, fuck that. Fuck that. I ain't going back. We're going to hold court in the street, like in that movie, The Town. I ain't going back to prison. We're going to hold court in the street. I can't do the Boston accent right now. I'm on the spot. So anyways, there's that. Now, folks, I told you there was another title for the Bobo, and that was that I just went to the police station yesterday and I pressed charges on Brian. I did. Now, the house is in Portsmouth. I live in Chesapeake. Brian lived in Virginia Beach. These are three different cities. I've never filed charges on anybody before in my life. I just looked this way, and I didn't know where to go. Do I go to Portsmouth where the house is at? I live in Chesapeake. Brian lives in Virginia Beach, though he's probably in maybe Mexico by now. So, Slum One says snitch. You better bet it. You better fucking bet it. There's some things that you can tell on. And when a motherfucker steals $2,000 from you, what are you going to do? You going to run tell mommy and daddy? If I could, I did tell my dad. My biological father, I called him. I said, Dad, you'll never fucking believe this shit. I feel so stupid. So, I was thinking about like where I go. So I went to Chesapeake. That's where I live at. When I go in there, I got no idea what I'm doing. And mind you, yesterday was MLK Day. And I only bring that up because the courts were like a fucking ghost town. I'm filming this shit. God damn it, Pee-wee. Get off my fucking nuts. I'm filming this shit, going to the, there's the jail, then there's the police station. I've never been here before. And it's a ghost town, like tumbleweeds and shit blowing. I feel like I'm about to be in OK Corral. Where's that little generic woo-woo cowboy sound? I don't know how it really sounds. Slum One, shout out to you again. Radio Voice, what's going on? Sketchy, what's going on? Shady Cat, what's going on? Solid, what's going on? I'm trying to put Pee-wee to work, but I got to wait on the box truck. Jellicoe's got the box truck. It's kind of crazy right now. But neither here nor there. Nothing too bad in that department. So, I go to Chesapeake. I park. There's these two dudes standing in the parking lot smoking cigarettes. Now, they look like, I don't want to be stereotypical. I don't know what the fuck they look like. They look like they just got out of jail. But then they walk up in the police station and they go way beyond where I'm at. I'm at the front, the reception. These dudes go in the back and I'm like, oh shit. Was those dudes some undercovers? I'd have never thought they was police. Or maybe they're informants. I honestly don't know. Murphy says praying for the puppies. News update on the puppies. She is doing better. She was super sick yesterday. So there's that. I also could tell you a story about what Pee Wee heard when he was overworking at the house with Brian by themselves. Crazy. Big says, did you hire them? The undercovers? I probably should have. But I was too busy dealing with reception. Now, mind you, I go in there. I'm wearing my Willpower hoodie. The receptionist says, excuse me, can I help you? She looks at me like she has no idea what I'm doing in the police station. I'm probably looking the same. Like I've got what the fuck? So, it's a very big open place. And thank God nobody else was in there, because when I walked up there, I said, and I mean, it just sounded crazy coming out of my lips, but I said, I'm here to press charges on someone. And I'm like looking around like, Jesus Christ, what the fuck is this? And she says, okay. Like, this does not faze her at all. She sees people like me snitching motherfuckers like me all day long. So she says, okay, can you tell me what happened? I said, well, I had this guy working for me. He was supposed to go buy an HVAC system, and he ran off with the money. She says, what? What? I said, an air conditioning system for a house. Now she's looking at me like she's ready to fucking slide me a piss cup. So... anyways, she said, well, what city did this happen in? I said, I don't honestly know what city it happened in. It happened via Cash App. So, it could have happened in Portsmouth or Chesapeake or Virginia Beach, but I'm filing the charges here, okay? I'm filing them here. I live here. So when I tell her, what happened, this guy ran off with this money about this AC unit. This woman would say to me after asking what city it happened in, she would say, sir, I'm sorry that happened to you. Can you tell me who it was who did this? I said, yes, his name was Brian Stephen Ruff. She said, do you know his birthday? I said, what the fuck do I look like, an informant? I don't fucking know his birthday. He's 42 years old, Caucasian male from the city of Virginia Beach, Virginia. His address is this. What the fuck do I look like? She says, sir, I'm sorry that happened to you. For the second time. She says, can you tell me again what happened? I said, how many other times do I got to explain this to you? I said, this guy was working for me. She said, sir, I'm sorry that happened to you. Had he ever worked for you before? I said, well, damn, you've said sorry 3 times now? I said, no, he's never worked for me before. I said, but he had done a lot of work for me. I said, as a matter of fact, he didn't finish this work that he was doing as well, and I've paid him for that. And, God, what else can I tell on this dude for? Am I going to get an extra hot dog tray? Because I damn sure ain't about to get this money back. So, she takes down all of this information, gets a copy of my ID card. Oh, man, this was like fucking crazy. And she tells me that, she's gonna turn this information over to a detective, and that detective will call me. She says, do you have a number that I can reach you on, or that they can reach you on? I said, yes, here's my phone number. And she says, okay, thank you. I'm sorry that happened to you. And I'm like, yo, for the 5th time, you saying this shit. And I wondered to myself how rehearsed this is. How many times a day does she have to say, I'm sorry that happened to you? Oh my God, yo, somebody just shot my cousin Little Dookie Stain out in the street. Sir, I'm sorry that happened to you. Do you know who it was that did that? Now, mind you, as I'm doing this, I'm getting emails from people who have seen Brian, heard from Brian, gotten in contact with Brian. Very crazy shit. Found things on Brian, like very crazy shit. But regardless, all of this would end with them handing me a card, a police department card, almost like a fucking detective's badge. And it says, what happens now that you've become a fucking snitch? And also there's a website on the bottom of it that says if you would like to apply to become a police officer, because bitch, you doing the police's job right now is what I was feeling like. But neither here nor there. They say, they'll be in contact with you. And thank God my life was not in fucking danger, okay? Because I did this yesterday at noon. I still ain't fucking heard from nobody. Ain't no motherfucking detective, give me a detective from Law and Order. Ain't no detective hit me up yet. Nobody's called me. Nobody. The police ain't here to help us. The fuck? So, long story short, I'm telling this receptionist the charges I want put on him. I want fucking obtaining money under false pretenses. And I'd really like to get a construction fraud charge out of it as well. Okay? I mean, it is what it is. And for anybody who disagrees with this and thinks that this is crazy, I'm getting Brian even more in trouble. But you know what? I ain't doing nothing. This is what you've did to yourself. All you had to do was act right. Or tell me something. Hey, Joe, listen. I got court coming up, and I'm probably going to say fuck that shit and get the fuck up out of town. I got a show called After Prison Show. You don't think I would have been like, okay, like, I get it. I've done it before, too. But you ain't telling me nothing, and what you did was you just tried to get as much money as you possibly could from me, stole shit from the house. I don't know why you didn't take my fucking DeWalt tools. Like, why the fuck did you leave those? Was that your, like, good faith measure? I'll just take the door and the fuse box. So there's that. I'll be waiting to hear. I'm eagerly waiting to hear from the detective. And mind you, I just had a call come in a little while ago that I didn't answer. Thank God that wasn't the detectives. That was just Jellicoe hitting me up from another number. Chrissy, thank you very much. Thank you. You know, I don't feel good about this. This doesn't solve anything, but what it does do is, look, I'm a person who, I hate the way this is going to sound. Like, I'm a fucking, like, a social media person, right? And everything that I do, I put out there for the internet. Not only do I blast people who fuck up, I'll blast myself as well. You think I feel good doing this? I mean, yeah, I know I'm going to eat off of this video. I went and talked to the police. I pressed charges on somebody. You don't think that video ain't going to do good? But I have to be what I am. And that is, I know some people might say a bitch and a snitch, but I try to not be that. But I try to be an upstanding citizen, you know? And what would anybody else do? You think they're just going to be like, oh, shit, okay, I get it. You know, you already got charges. Let me just, wait for you. Fuck all that. Fuck all that. All right. So there's where we stand. We know what happened to Brian. We know that he really does have warrants out for his arrest. I've put more warrants out for his arrest. You know, do the right thing, Brian. Hit me up and let me turn you in and collect that reward money. That'll at least be 1,000 of the 2,000 that you owe me. Do the right thing. Let me collect that. God damn. But folks, it's deeper than all of that. So much more deeper. And today you will get you're going to see, okay, Dope Beats was asking, what did Pee Wee overhear? Good says, what did Pee Wee overhear? All right, so anyways, in the midst of us trying to find Brian, Jellicoe was super pissed off about this. Jellicoe was staking his house out. Like, no bullshit. Jellicoe was really on this shit. So, and he just wanted to find out if he was there. You know, was he getting high? What was going on? So Jellicoe kept telling me, like, dude, I am so fucking sorry about this. Like, I feel so bad for introducing you. And I said, Jellicoe, it's not your fucking fault. You were trying to find me some help. You found him. And I trusted him with my life, basically. I really trusted this dude. I don't hold that against Jellicoe.
Hope he gets a huge bond, that mother rucker.
Thank you, my best friend. I don't hold that against Jellicoe. And I know a lot of people have been, spinning the idea around that Jellicoe is in on this. I trust Jellicoe. Jellicoe is my homeboy. Jellicoe fucks up. From time to time, he might not show up, and I might fire him, and I might get pissed off at him, but I fuck with Jellicoe. And Jellicoe is ready to, once he finishes up what he's got going on, he's ready to come and help me get this goddamn house squared away for free. Like, I fuck with Jellicoe. So, when Jellicoe was telling me, I'm so sorry, man. I kind of tried to warn you, but I didn't want to sound like, I was hating on the dude because you fired me and hired him. Somehow the conversation would come out that while they were doing the move, it was just crazy how this all happened. Remember, all of this starts where we start thinking that Brian lied about everything from that move that took place 2 weeks ago. when Jellicoe, Pee-wee, and Jew-Man all ran out of gas and Brian said he put $40 in the gas tank. All right, that's where it all started from. Well, it was during that time when they ran out of gas, I fucks with Jellicoe. Not I fuck him. That Pee-wee would say something along the lines of, and I don't know how this whole conversation came up, but Brian would bring a guy over to the house to get a quote for plaster. I was not there. The guy, supposedly Pee-wee walked in on a conversation between the plaster guy, somebody who I don't know who this is, never seen him, and Brian. And this guy was telling Brian, and I quote, this is all I heard, was that the smoke is still good. Now, when I hear smoke, that could easily be the devil's lettuce. The smoke is still good. But when Pee-wee was seen to be there hearing this, Brian immediately changed the subject. Oh, wait, we got to get some more 2x4s and some more motherfucking chore boy and, yeah. A little too suspicious to be just talking about the devil's lettuce. And when you smoke hardball crack cocaine, you could call that anything that you want to. Smoke might not be too far off. Yeah, so Pee-wee heard that and brought it up during the time when they ran out of gas. Maybe something along the lines of, God damn it, I knew Brian was lying and he was a crackhead. I caught him talking about the smoke still good. Maybe smoke is the connection. We don't honestly know. Dope beat, shout out to you. To everybody up in here, shout out to you guys. So anyways, moving on, folks. Completely off, well, not completely off topic, but in today's video, you guys are going to be seeing something that I've got to go do today, and I don't like doing this. You might think, well, fuck it. There's nothing to think. I'm complete. Folks, I got to go fire the Hispanic dudes, the young Hispanic boys. I got to go fire them. I wanted to fire them yesterday, but I couldn't because I still had like my Sawzall over there, and I didn't want them going up in the house and stealing nothing. So the Hispanic boys, they getting fired today. And I might do it on video, even though I won't show who they are. Like, I'll give them the respect. Now, no disrespect to these dudes. They have tried, okay? They have tried. When Brian left, I found these two Hispanic dudes on Facebook Marketplace saying that they do sheetrock and plaster work. There was a bunch of ads for this, and they would be the first people who would respond to me. He came over immediately. That's why I left the Than Merle class to go meet with him. He gave me this outrageous price, $1,000 to do this work. Maybe it wasn't too outrageous, but, materials, we've spent over $1,000. Don't get me wrong. These dudes have tried, but they just don't know what the fuck they're doing. And they have fucked this shit up in a major way, okay? And you'll see that in today's video. You will see that. This house looks like a fucking shithole now. They got plaster all over the brand new vanity, all over the tile, all over everything. The fucking refrigerator. There's plaster everywhere. Not only did they make the biggest fucking mess in the world, they also don't know what the fuck they're doing. Yeah, they hung all the sheetrock. And yeah, they started to finish it, putting plaster over the screw holes. But we reached the point where, you've got your wall and then you've got your ceiling. Well, they had to put the sheetrock on the ceiling. Well, the sheetrock doesn't meet up with where the wall is. So there's a little bit of a gap. It can be filled in. The problem with it is when you see how they have tried to fill it in, it is so fucking half-assed. It's not done. It's like, it's fucked up. Now, mind you, they've been working on the house since, I don't know, it's been about 4 days now. Okay, yesterday was the third day. Today will probably make the fourth day. And I'm not trying to be harsh. I've paid these dudes exceptionally well. You don't get no A for effort in this shit. When my goddamn ceiling line is about to look like this, that ain't gonna fly. I'm paying to get the work done and done right, not for you to try to fucking learn how to do this shit on the job. I've been in this situation before. Taking on work that you don't really know how to do. So, when you see the way they did this fucking corner, this 45, where the wall meets the ceiling, I ain't got to say no more. It's over with. Hey, look, thank you for what you've done, but goddamn, I might be in a worse spot than prior to me hiring you. Like, there's a lot of shit that they didn't do. And yesterday, I think, was the creme de la creme, right? Yesterday was the creme de la creme. And that was, I go over there first thing in the morning after I do the Bobo. So I get over there probably around like 11 o'clock. They're not there. All of their tools are there. Their stilts, their sheetrock knives and all that good shit. And it's all like there neatly, right? Minus the fucking plaster mess that you guys will be seeing. I ain't gotta tell you too much about it. You're gonna see it. So they're not there at like 10:30, 11 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on? So I hit them up, yo, where y'all at? I know y'all, and I know they had been there because they turned the damn heat on, the fireplace. So I know they came there. Well, he hits me up. No, wait, I'm lying. They hadn't been there yet. So I hit them up and I'm like, yo, where y'all at? And they said 25 minutes, we'll be there. I said, okay. I leave it at that. I go back. I got videos to edit, videos to film. 3:30 in the afternoon, I go back over to the house. Now the stilts are gone. The tools are gone. And I'm like, I kind of feel like if I don't fire them, they're just going to leave me hanging anyways. Like they have reached a part in this job where they can't fucking do this shit. They don't know what they're doing. It's not working out. It's not as easy as the YouTube video probably said that it was. And not only that, okay? So what they tell me is I hit them up and I'm like, yo, hey, where the fuck are y'all at? Your shit's gone. What are we doing? They said, sir, the plaster was still wet. And at this point, all the tools are gone, but the heater's on. They said, so, the plaster's still wet. We're going to come back and we're going to finish it. And that makes sense that the heater's on. And I touched the walls. Yeah, the plaster is still a little wet. But here's the kicker. There's other places where you haven't even began to work. So fuck the wet plaster. Why don't you finish the rest of the goddamn work that needs to be finished? Because you haven't done that. So I wanted to fire them right then and there. But I couldn't because my Sawzall was still over there. And they got a key to the house. So I'm like, man, fuck. So I tell them, I'll just read y'all the message that I sent to them. I'll read you their message. I'll read you my message. And I'm not going to blast these dudes because you got no idea who they are. And don't get me wrong. They work. But they just don't know what they're doing. And sometimes when you work, it doesn't matter if you don't know what you're doing, okay? Because you're just working for nothing. You might even be making more work. Like I could go in there and figure this shit out. And if I can go in there and figure it out, and I'm not the sharpest Alexa in the motherfucking junk drawer, listening to everything, even when it's unplugged, I've heard. We've got a problem. So here we go. I'll start with my, oh God. I even got a message that I never sent. I'll read you that as well. Okay, yesterday was Monday. Was it? Monday at 2:09 in the afternoon, I say, yo, what's up, man? I'm at the house now. Where are you? Dude hits me back and says, I was there, but I seen that everything is still wet, so I'm waiting to get it dry. I have the other materials, and I'll go soon and finish to do something. Don't worry, we gonna finish soon. Doesn't make a lot of sense, but whatever. So I said, let me know when you're going back to finish the house. The work needs to be done tomorrow. That's today. He says, okay. And then I got this long message that I was going to send yesterday about 4 o'clock. I said, change of plans. I want to stop all work at the house. The corners are wrong. They do not look good. I need to redo the corners, and I will do those myself. Plus, you left a fucking plus you left a mess everywhere. There is plast. And I stopped. I said, I can't send this because if I do, you might take my DeWalt thing, and I can't have that. Folks, y'all gonna see, like no bullshit. Brian has left us high and dry. And it is what it is. I said in yesterday's Bobo that I'm going to, try to do as much of the work as I possibly can. There's certain jobs that I can't do. Plumbing, electrical, and the siding on the house. But other than that, I'm going to try to fucking figure this shit out. And I feel like I'm going to do a better job because it's my shit. Even if I don't know what I'm doing, I'm going to learn. Pumpkin Queen says, check out TaskRabbit. Yeah. Man. But anyways, folks, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I need to save my voice, salvage it. I want to thank each and every one of y'all for taking the time to rock with this thing. We got more views.
Have you ever used the TaskRabbit app? Check it out. Thumbs up, thumbs up.
We got more views on this Bobo and yesterday's Bobo than we've, ever had. And that's really cool to hear that you guys are rocking with us. I know that it's a lot because you're getting the super behind the scenes on what's going on. And it's only going to get, that's all we ever do here is offer up the behind the scenes. Not only that, we do a lot of other things too. So with everybody who's been taking the time to rock with this thing, I hope that you found this enjoyable. And I hope that you will continue to rock with this. I want to leave you guys with some parting words. And it comes to us from Twitter. And on Twitter, I found this female Twitch streamer. I don't know. Whatever she does, I don't know. I think she does politics, so that's already a red flag for me because, I don't really try to get too political. But anyways, there was a tweet that blew up about her because she was bitching on her Twitch stream, and she was bitching about the fact that I guess she had just gone on this sales pitch, trying to convince everybody to subscribe to her Twitch channel. And nobody did. I don't know how many viewers she had, but whatever she said didn't work because nobody subscribed. And after that, folks, she got super butthurt. She was like, yo, I just asked you nicely to subscribe to me on Twitch, and nobody did that shit? None of y'all, nobody subscribed. I'm a content creator. I just wanted to leave you with that. I thought it was kind of funny. As we wrap this up, fuck Brian. And if you enjoyed the Bobo, please subscribe. Okay, I'm not going to hit you with a sales pitch. But consider doing so. Because I'm $2,000 in the negative. Add another $1,000 plus to that because of the sheetrock repairs that we're going to need. And folks, it is what it is. There'll be an awesome video coming for you guys today. Thank you so much for being a part of this. And I'm trying to get this wall decorated. So if you got something cool to send, hey, send it. Because that little Bobo sign right there, that shit's super dope. Have a great one, folks. Look for the new Fugitive merchandise coming soon. Brian Ruff, Fugitive at Large. Please call 1-800-CRIME-STOPPERS if you see him. And I'll look forward to talking with you guys again real soon. Until then,